those shows that I want to get off my chest and just talk about. But I can't do that until my partner in crime shows up, because just like you know how it is when you're in a relationship. You promise you don't start the show without me, and that's not just about podcasts and YouTube channels. That's also about TV series that you're watching. You know how many guys probably get their asses kicked by their ladies, and you watch an episode of 6 Feet Under without me. Yes, this show's that good because it was great when you weren't in the room. That's why I enjoyed it. But you know what? For the most part, with Joy, I don't do that. With my ex, I did that before. We were watching a show, and I would watch as many as I could without her. That probably showed me how much into the relationship I was. I was not into it. I'm like, this is about me. I was very selfish, and I'm proud of that. But when you find somebody that you're more compatible with, and you're like, you know what? It's worth waiting, because I like your reaction to the show while I'm seeing it for the first time. And it was that's when you found the one, when you're willing to not skip ahead. So let that be a lesson, guys. If you're skipping ahead on a series that you're supposed to be watching together, then she's not the one. That's just the facts. I can't be more honest than that. If you don't have the respect to wait, then y'all shouldn't be dating. She's not the one. Just do what we do on Netflix and on Hulu with the remote control. Just feel around, see what else is out there. That's what I think. But other than that, so we also just got through watching a movie. We had date night tonight. So tomorrow, it's Saturday night tonight. It's tomorrow is Mother's Day, and Joy is a mom. I'm a father, and after we're married, our blended family is going to get that much bigger. And it is what it is. Am I excited about it? Yeah. It is what it is. I don't like cooking meals for myself anymore. So that's where she comes in. Because I try to keep it exciting, I do my part, I barely, accomplish things, and I'm constantly making mistakes, but where I'm pretty good where it counts, if you follow me. So she puts up with my BS. So how am I on this thing? Have I got the mic working properly? Am I talking loud enough? Probably not, but we'll figure it all out. I'm just waiting for this, so I'm just killing time. So let's just kill time together as we're talking through the medias. What else has been going on? I've been trying to edit and get so much editing done. It's ridiculous. Trying to entertain all of you people is a full-time job. And nobody's done. Let's talk about donating to the cause. If you don't know, which I don't know how you wouldn't, because it's going to be on the lower third. It's going to be at the end of the video. You're going to see a picture of me, looking all cheesy, talking about just donate. So if you want to ask a question, if you want to donate, $1, 50 cents, it doesn't matter. $1 million. First person that donates $1 million to the T3 Medias, this becomes your show. You can have it. But no, I mean, that's because, doing this is, it's tough. It's hard out there trying to come up with. I want to do skits. I want to do a lot of things, but eventually we'll get there. We'll get there together as the channel grows. Oh, I do want to do this. Let me, while I'm bullshitting about the growth of the channel and taking money. If I get no donations, it's fine. I'm still gonna do what I do. But if I do get any contributor, I'm gonna appreciate it. Whether it's $1, 50 cents, or 10, I don't care. It doesn't matter. There she is. Finally, she shows up. But the channel has already reached 2,300 plus subscribers, and I just that's what I want to say was thank you to all the subscribers. The reason why I feel like it sounds like I don't have any energy about it all, baby, you gotta sit down. I'm waiting on you. The chair's right there. She's standing over to behind the camera as if I didn't already have all this stuff set up. Because, well, she's actually doing the right thing. Because usually when I'm rolling, I'm like, stop making that noise in the background. I almost cursed. But today I said, no, we're going to do this together. So we're sitting here suffering because our internet is down. So we're recorded. We're not live. This is normally this part of it I would put on Talking Through the Media's live. I would record it, and then all the little segments I would take out of it, I would put that into the regular Talking Through the Media's playlist. So this normally would be live, and I'm still going to put it under the live one because it's the long podcast, raw, unedited version of it, and then I would pull like little segments out of it and put that into the Talking Through the Media thing for the segments, little bitty pieces of it. If we had our internet working, I would ask you to pull up the comments that I've been getting lately, and we could have also done a we got your mail, but we don't have our internet, so we didn't get your mail. We got it, but we can't answer it. There's a lot of good ones in there too. Maybe can I pull? No, I won't, because it won't refresh on the phone.
Yeah. It takes forever.
It'll take forever. At this time of the night, the internet works a little bit better, but it's just gonna take too long. That's why I asked you while we were out on our date to screenshot some stuff. Did you screenshot anything else?
I couldn't really. It was like too much to. Would have been a lot of stuff.
I might have to edit that out. I think you might have shown your password on your. Well, nobody's gonna get your phone. You have to remind me to put a little blur on that. We're lucky we don't have internet. So just remind me to blur that out, so nobody will see that your password is 1234.
It's not my password.
Or is it? Are we trying to do a little rope-a-dope?
Yeah, see, it's just thinking.
Well, the easy thing I mean you could talk about is the stuff that the internet works a little bit better at this time of night. But the easiest thing we can talk about is the stuff that we watch on TV together. I was saying that earlier while you were in the bathroom doing number 2, that me and you watch. I was saying that couples that watch shows together, I said a relationship is doomed when one of the either the guy or the girl is willing to watch or go ahead on a couple of the shows without the spouse. When you come home, you watch that show you watch those episodes without me. Like, yeah, I do. Those relationships aren't gonna work. That's what I did to my ex. But honestly, I've never really done that to you. I think I've done it once, but I honestly think it was just once. And then maybe if I was
it depends on
the situation or something.
On the how into the show we both are, because there's plenty of stuff that I will watch with you, but
there's a lot of shows that I hate that you love.
Well, no, but I mean like the Marvel stuff that before, like Daredevil, all those things. I love to watch them, but you're much more of a fan, so you watch those day one.
I have to get through those because that's my core audience. And I have to
catch up to them later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a different situation. That's my core audience, and I have to. There's some shows that I can't wait for, but I'm talking about the ones that I don't review that me and you love and we watch together.
I think you
like porn.
I think you watched AP Bio ahead of me. Some of those, because you said that you were telling me about.
You're gonna go against my whole love metaphor about how relationships don't. So now you're gonna destroy my whole thing, and you're gonna call out the one show that I did actually go get ahead of you on. But I think that day I was trying to stay up like really, really late. I was doing a lot of work, and it was the only thing that was gonna keep me awake. So I had a reason to. I skipped ahead of AP Bio not because I wanted to. It's because I needed to. But I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot though. So that's the first thing I guess we can. AP Bio. It's still it just began season 2.
Yes.
And I figured out the other day that guy used to be. What was that other show that the teacher, the guy? What's the teacher's name? I forgot. I already forgot. I'm very bad with names, and I use you to help me remember things. But he was also in that 80s show.
But I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch that 80s show either, but I saw him on the cover. I was like, that's the guy from AP Bio. he was on that 80s show. And that show didn't last a few episodes. It didn't even have a full season 1, I don't think. And it got canceled.
No, it was a mid-season filler. The AP Bio, I think it was a mid-season filler.
What?
The first season. I don't think it had a full season.
It didn't have a full season, but it's already on season 2. And that 80s show didn't even have a season 2. But he was the star of that 80s show. But I think he's doing very well in this. But we already know who's your favorite character on AP Bio?
I'm not good with their names.
But
it's the girl that calls the teacher
girl,
boss.
Yeah,
with her big glasses,
that's why I said, yeah.
Especially because of that last episode.
When they graduate, you can have a whole TV show on her and that boy that she likes, because those two are hilarious together.
That last episode.
That last episode when it was just mostly them two. I think they were. I don't know why I feel like they're testing the waters for them two to have their own TV show, because I could see them. I could just watch them all day, but I don't know. I also like the new girl that the teacher likes, the administrative assistant whose coworker is always on Facebook streaming live, talking. And if that actress isn't really doing that on Facebook for real, that's a waste of an actress, because she does a real good job just talking about nothing on Facebook and just it's going viral. I love you, because I feel like a woman like that would actually get millions of views, just sitting there just yapping. What is she talking about?
It's always different things. It's
about a tire, and
I mean, she'll just.
And I told her that I wasn't gonna go out there, and I bought
But very loud.
And she's just having the same conversation that my grandmother has with all of her friends, and you wouldn't think. Because you put a camera in front of my grandmother, she wouldn't be able to do it. But if you were to secretly record her having one of those conversations with her friends, because my grandmother loves to do impressions of the people that she's making fun of or complaining about, like Sister Eloise or whatever her name is. I'm just using that as an example. But the funny thing about it, my cousin will contest to this. My grandmother will do an impersonation of the person she's talking about, but it's always the same voice. Like, Sister Rosemary told me, well, Sister Fagan, I guess you want to come down here and just thinking you taking over. And then it'll be another day and she's talking about a whole different person. She's like, Sister Jones came up to me and said, well, Mrs. Fagan. It's the same. She does the same voice. And I feel I don't know. That's what that lady reminds me of. She reminds me of my grandmother. I thought you were also your other favorite character on there. What about, we're starting to like that teacher that's getting picked on a lot now. The guy who I said looks like a rapist or a murderer.
Josh or
I don't know. The guy, that curly hair, it freaks me out. He looks like a what's that singer I said he looks like? The girl that was competing with Michael Jackson back in the day.
I don't remember.
In the Jackson 5, when Michael was in the Jackson 5s, and then there was the brother and sister singing duo whose sisters.
Donny Osmond.
Yeah, he looks like a murderist or Donny Osmond, a pedophile Donny Osmond. I don't know why.
It doesn't matter. Well, he's usually not doing anything, but they'll just be like, oh my God, like you just.
The way, I don't know. I feel bad for him, the way they pick up
for nothing, and he's just like.
And he's being too nice about it. I feel like he's gonna shoot that school up. I don't know why. He freaks me out. I feel like there's a reason why he deserves it. I feel bad for him, but I feel like there's a reason why he deserves it.
There's a backstory to that.
I feel like
I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find anything.
I think he's going to snap. I think he's gonna come around and just start slapping people, or something's gonna happen. He's gonna get fired because he's just, I don't know, he freaks me out. And I think that's his real hair. He's probably the nicest guy in the world, but the way his look, it just throws me off.
Creepy hair.
He looks very creepy, and that's probably how he got the job. He's like, we need you to be a creepy teacher, and that's perfect. Did you do that for? Like, he came in the audition. Did you do that for the role? He's like, do what? Oh God, that guy freaks me out. Well, I like the show. I didn't think I would. I mean, the commercials seem funny.
It grows on you. I mean, because
Season
like
2 is
had
better.
a little bit of a slow start, but yeah,
season 2 is way better than season 1. It's like they found their rhythm. I still say that kid, the black kid, the big heavy black kid, is related to the guy from that other show, Abby, with the bar. That I'm never gonna watch that show, but I think they're related. Maybe they're related in real life, or maybe they're just, or maybe I just think they all look alike. I don't know. Maybe I'm being racist. What's another show that we love to watch together?
We watched Superstore.
Superstore. Never heard of it. You mean Ugly Betty lady? Her name is America.
America Ferrara.
Ferrara. That's a funny name. What? Can we name our baby? Let's have a baby and call him America. How about Murica? Murica Fagan. Let's do that. Did you ever watch Ugly Betty?
I didn't finish it, but I watched the first couple of seasons.
I watched the whole thing. I was a Vanessa Williams fan. I loved Vanessa Williams on Ugly Betty just as much as I like the Asian teacher on AP Bio. That's just my little secret. Let's hope Joy never finds out. But I don't know why I think Ugly Betty was like such a big phenomenon thing for some reason. But when it was getting close to the end, people kind of got tired of it fast. But it doesn't seem like that's about to happen at all for Superstore, unless me and you are living in a bubble and we just think it's the greatest thing and it's really not. I don't know.
They're just different to me, they're just different
types of shows. Because it seemed like when Ugly Betty was out in the first two seasons, that's all anybody was like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to television. And I feel like if people are excited about Superstore too, but for different reasons. You think it's because that Ugly Betty touched on fashion, homosexuality, a lot of these things weren't popular back then. They would break like it was. Was
Ugly Betty an hour or were they 30 minutes? I don't remember.
I think it was. I don't remember. 30 minutes probably.
Because Superstore is of course 30 minutes. So
Superstore is 30 minutes. But Ugly Betty might have been an hour.
I feel like it was an hour, which that's a lot to.
And it touched on a lot of things that people were afraid to touch on. It was more groundbreaking than it was, and it was right on the edge. A little bit after Will and Grace. Will and Grace was breaking barriers. Ugly Betty was one of those shows breaking barriers, but now that those barriers pretty much feel like they've been broken, it's not. I mean,
Ugly Betty had a lot of. There was comedy, but it had a lot of drama
in there too, and
where
murders. It's just straight up comedy, and it's probably appealing to more people just on that alone. And it's a brilliant comedy though. It's I think if I'm not mistaken, from the way it feels like it's the new quintessential show on NBC for like, it's because I think it's on Thursdays. It's got that Thursday, that sought after Thursday time slot. So that means that Superstore is their number one rated show. That's what it feels like. Oh man. Okay, so who's your favorite character on Superstore?
On Superstore?
Yeah, there's more than one. I know that. I
do like Jonah. Well, of course,
I think I like the guy in the wheelchair more than I like Jonah.
I like him
because he cuts everybody down.
And I do like
the systematic.
I like Chantal, the
Asian,
the ditzy one's ditziness.
Mm-hmm.
Because she does it so seriously, like she's absolutely serious about it.
What's his name? That's undocumented. What's his name again?
Now you have to ask me. We just watched it.
No, right? But he was my least favorite. I didn't like him. I like the things that he would say and do to people, but he was my least favorite. But he's Mateo. Yeah. But he's growing on me, but he's still probably my least favorite. But it's only because I'm supposed to not like him because he's so mean to people and stuff. But I don't want him to go. I thought I didn't like it when the older lady was kicked off the show for a while. Now she brought back. I felt like people were mad about that too because they brought her right back. She was gone for a whole season, then she came back. You think they might have? Maybe there was a reason behind it. Maybe it was health things or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But she never really went away. She was a hologram.
They may have just needed to cut her screen time down for.
Maybe she was really the highest paid person on the show too, just like she was the highest paid character in the store.
I mean, I know that they had to do that a lot with things that Betty White has done in more recent years. She seems to appear sometimes in a show every episode, but they're very small amounts because she doesn't.
Betty White would be good on that show. I would love to see Betty White make an appearance on that show. Who else? Jerry Seinfeld, I could see making an appearance on that show. You didn't watch Seinfeld though, didn't you? You don't know nothing about Seinfeld. It's sad. I don't know how we are in a relationship. And what's another show that we're binging?
Well,
before we move on to it, we just on the latest episode of Superstar that we just saw. It was about America's character couldn't.
They had to cut hours, and everybody had a reason why they really needed their hours.
And then Mateo find out that such and such was what's his
living
name?
in the walls.
Yeah, he was homeless.
And then blurts out that he's undocumented.
Yeah, to the wrong person. No, my favorite line of that episode was let's go. Was that the one was like they were doing a competition? They were scanning stuff. Or was that the episode before? And she goes, "Let's go, white people." Yeah, white people versus it was a coincidence that the white people versus like, all the others.
Your group's like all white people. He's like, it wasn't on purpose. It just worked out that way.
No.
So then the old lady's like,
That's hard to do on purpose. I mean, to do by accident. That's hard to do by accident. Because even if you flip a coin,
to which she even carries on to the end. All the white people are going out for wings.
She really had a backslide in that episode. Go white people. She was really excited. That was like the most excited she's been in a long time. That's why I like her character. But what's his name? They were having fun with those scanners.
Yeah, they were, because they discovered you could pretty much scan from any direction, any angle.
But those things are going to replace. Was that like a metaphor about how Walmart is replacing actual cashiers with machines? Is that what those scanners weren't for? That was for like price checks. No, it was
for stocking, because it keeps track of how much product is on the shelf.
Oh yeah, those scanners. Oh yeah, that's not like Walmart replacing their cashiers with self checkout thing. But I don't know. I feel like an episode of that is coming.
I'm sure. Well, there's always some random nonsense that's going on in the store that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. A goat walking around, someone sitting on the floor eating.
The background people are the most.
Yeah, just random nonsense that
makes. What did the assistant manager do this time when she started promoting a competing store?
Yes, she was like, retail. All of our clothes are online at trendsetters.com.
Yeah, they sell the exact same stuff for half the price.
So then the people are walking up, what you said that website was? Oh yeah, use my code, we'll get 10%
off. Yeah,
like stop telling people
you
that.
You would get written up for doing something. You get fired for doing something like that in real life. But that group ain't ever gonna betray each other. What's up? We're on the network television. That's another thing. What's another network TV show we're watching? Ms. and Mrs.
Yes.
You're not much of a wrestling fan though, but you know everything about Miz now.
Because they're hilarious. And I don't know why, because I know I don't watch wrestling.
You can't.
But
and
those two and their mother-in-law are hilarious.
I told you. The second I saw Miz and Clarice were joining that Total Divas, and I watched Total Divas, and now lately I've been watching Total Divas and Mrs. more than wrestling.
Which I'm behind on Miz and Mrs. I didn't get to finish.
The second I saw Miz and Mrs. on Total Divas, I was like, these two need to have their own show. They're way funnier and more entertaining than all of them. They don't even need to. And then I noticed the little things started happening. They weren't doing the little activities that the rest of the group were doing. They were separating them. And it was like, okay, they're getting ready to get their own show. Good. And I'm glad, because Miz was already a natural. He came from.
He's been doing this.
He's been doing reality TV. He started off as a reality TV guy. So him, I bet the second he got on Total Divas, everybody else was threatened. Like, damn it, Miz is about to get his own show. I'm sure the WWE was mad that they didn't think about giving Miz his own thing before they even did Total Divas. They should have did Miz and Mrs. before they did. Well, no, maybe, I don't know. No, it's good because it led into a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on with WWE. The whole Divas Revolution thing, the Divas getting more respect. So it probably happened the way it needed to happen. But if I was to get rid of one, I would get rid of Total Divas before Ms. and Mrs. because I can't miss my Ms.
I liked it. That show's funny.
I think we're funnier than they are. I just don't think we're just lazy about putting the cameras on. If we put the cameras on us all the time and just pretend like they're not there, it would just turn into porn, but it would still be entertaining. It would be. We have a lot of sex. More than I know, not as much as you want. God, you just, oh, jeez. Wow. But anyway, that's not all for network. That's all we watch for network TV, right? You're not watching Law and Order with me. You're not watching all these other things. You're not watching.
I will watch a Law and Order. I mean, I like the show, okay, but no, I haven't like followed it in order. It's one of those ones you can pick up in
You're
and
watching
out.
Roseanne all the time and the Connors. I'm just not into it. What else off of network TV?